Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Miko. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So let's get into today's video. Today we are doing a video that is, well, if you've been here before, I'm pretty sure you guys are a little familiar with two videos in particular that I've done talking about my 13-year toxic relationship. I wanted to talk about the type of behaviors that people with MPD disorder and just narcissistic people in general. So let's get into the video. What is a flying monkey? I know you guys have seen the title and you're probably like, flying monkey, like what does that mean? So flying monkey is a popular psychology term in which it refers to an enabler of the narcissist or someone with MPD. Now, if you guys are not familiar with the term MPD, that is Narcissistic Personality Disorder. So basically, a flying monkey is anyone who enables these types of people. So what are some types of behaviors of this type of person? And the reason why I'm explaining this is because I feel since going through a relationship like this, I realized that I was just very unfamiliar with a lot of the terms or behaviors that came with these types of people. So I just decided to do a video to bring like awareness, because sometimes you're not aware that this is like actually happening to you. Just wanted to bring you up to speed with some of the tactics that these narcissists or toxic people might use. So what are some types of behaviors? So for one in particular, like flying monkeys are people pleasers. They want to be helpful and they don't want to disappoint the narcissist. So they kind of like jump to their defense to make the narcissist feel like I'm on your side or I got your back. A typical person that would be a flying monkey would be like a relative or like a friend or even like a romantic partner or their new partner, which are called supply. Narcissists don't look at, people as partners or as equals. They look at them as like supply, to feed their ego. Those are one of the typical traits. These will manipulate friends, they will manipulate family, they will even manipulate their children into thinking that they're the victim in the situation. I've noticed that gone through a situation, my partner would do this one particular tactic, which I really feel like a lot of people are just not familiar with this. So, which brings me to this topic. Let's talk about triangulation. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of triangulation. The word sounds very fancy. It sounds like a word that anyone uses, like every day. So let me explain to you what triangulation means. Triangulation refers to a specific behavior with a two-person conflict. So let's just think about that for a second. Like, say you were in a relationship with, your person. You guys get into an argument. They would then bring a third party into you guys' conflict to then take their side in whatever narrative they're trying to perpetuate. That's really what triangulation means. When you think about it like a triangle has three sides. So basically it's just like you, your partner, and then the other person that they bring in, which is like the third person. So that's why it's called triangulation. This tactic can show up in nearly any type of relationship. It can show up between friends, it can show up with family members, it can show up with romantic partners, and even co-workers. People that have MPD, they are likely to triangulate any one of these people. It's co-workers, friends, family members, children, whoever will have a listening ear, they will triangulate them. Triangulation happens when one or both of the people involved in the conflict try to pull a third person into the dynamic, often with the goal of A, deflecting some of the tension, 2, creating another conflict to take the spotlight off the original issue. 3, reinforcing their sense of rightness or superiority. It's just them involving one or more people. Sometimes it's even like a group of people, like if they have friends and you know, the relationship ends, or say you ended the relationship and they're mad and angry and upset, they will try to turn all of those people who were at one set in time, you guys mutual friends, against you. Initially in their mind, they're like, this is my friend, this is not really your friend. So because you and I are no longer in a relationship, they don't have to be your friend, so they need to side with me. People with narcissistic personality disorder or narcissistic tendencies might also use triangulation to maintain control over situations by manipulating others. So now let's talk about triangulation in a relationship. Triangulation is one way a partner with narcissism might work to maintain the control in the relationship. Let me just give you some examples. I remember when I was in my relationship with my ex, and in the beginning of the relationship, you know, what seemed like venting was him trying to triangulate a situation between me and his child's mother. So he would always tell me things like, yeah, she doesn't let me see my daughter, I don't know what's her problem, she's that. It was like he was always trying to pin her and I against each other. But me being me, I never felt the need to involve myself in a co-parenting situation. I know my place. At the end of the day, like, your daughter, and if I see a future with you, I am not going to bicker with your child's mother, because in turn there will be no future between you and I. If I did that and I went against his child's mother, that would force him to choose between me or his child's mother, or his child, basically. Because that is the mother of his child, it would then force him to choose his child. You understand? So I would never put anyone that I care about in that type of a situation. If anything, I wouldn't bring any type of solution. I don't want to cause an issue. I would like to have a resolution, right? I would say we all would like that in a relationship. That's what we would want, you know, our significant other to do. People with narcissism don't always use blatant abuse tactics like name calling or like being aggressive, violent. Instead, they often use manipulative tactics like gaslighting, the silent treatment, or triangulation in order to maintain the upper hand. So my ex, when me and my ex broke up, he immediately jumped into a new relationship. Immediately. So as he jumped into the new relationship, you know how like we all got social media these days, and we see a lot of things on social media, and I have a lot of mutual people in common with his new partner. So there would be times when his new partner would just go on Instagram and throw subs towards me. And at the end of the day, it's like, it's a little confusing for me that a person that completely doesn't know me and that is just very random, like we don't know each other at all. It's not like me and this woman have rubbed shoulders or bumped heads or bumped into each other. Like, we don't know each other at all. So the fact that she feels compelled to throw subs or like not like me or anything like that tells you a lot about the manipulation that has been used, you know, against her. Reason being why my partner is doing this is because he wants to manipulate his new girlfriend into competing with me. Now, I know it sounds crazy. It sounds like, what? Like, why would he do that? But think about it. Like, in her mind, she doesn't know anything about me. She only knows what he's telling her. She doesn't know my side of the story. She only knows his side of the story. So whatever he tells her, being her partner, she's gonna automatically jump to his defense. You know what I mean? So let's just say, for instance, he tells her, oh, and this is like a true story. You understand what I'm saying? Like, real true story. Like, let's say he's telling her, oh, my ex doesn't let me see my kid because I don't want to be with her no more, so she doesn't let me see my child. Now, I don't know about you ladies, but I know about me. Like, if I'm dating a guy and he tells me of a scenario like that, the first thing that runs through my mind is like, okay, how are we going to fix this situation? Like, what can we do to get you back on board with your child? Like, you understand what I'm saying? I don't have no desire to separate him and his kid. Again, I would never want this man to choose between his child and me. And if he does have to choose and he chooses me, that's gonna make me look at him like a little funny, like, like, I don't know if I can trust you, because if you're gonna go against your own flesh and blood, that means that you can go against me at any given time. So yeah, I would never make him choose. You know, I would come up with a solution, like, okay, well, if she's not letting you see your child, like, let's think about let's outsource some things. Like, maybe we can get the courts involved, or maybe we can get like a mediator or something to come in and try to get you two on the same page. No, I would think that that makes sense if this is like a long-term partner, or if your relationship is built on solid ground. I'm expecting your partner, you know, to do this, right? So another thing that I noticed where he is triangulating me and his current partner is here. So when him and I were in the relationship, he had expressed to me, I told you in the beginning, about this rocky relationship that like he had with his daughter, or pretty much non-existent. The relationship that he had with his daughter was pretty much non-existent. So in turn, me as the woman, I would be like, you know, like, let's try to get your daughter involved. Let's bring her over. Let's, you know, watch movies. Let's cook food. Let's, you know, like, do like family kind of things. And I would be the only one literally advocating for this little girl. He had no interest in hanging out with this little girl, like, which was his daughter. You know, I had my daughter and he had his daughter. So because I'm a mom, I always felt the need to tell him, like, you know, listen, we should bring her over. We should do like family things or whatever. I shouldn't have to tell him to do things separately with his daughter, you know, because he's a parent, you know, like, and he has his own daughter. Like, he should know what to do with his child, or when to spend quality time alone with his child. He never had to tell me, like, you know, oh, hang out with your daughter or whatever. So I'm expecting that I don't have to do the same. So in this situation, let's assess how he's triangulating me and his current partner. So now, I said to you guys before that he is perpetuating a narrative to where he's telling her, my ex doesn't want to let me see my kid because I am no longer with her, and she's mad because I ended the relationship. So now in this current relationship, because he knows that he abandoned my son in this relationship, because I would never have a child stay away from its parent or its father, because I know the importance of having both parents. You know, like, I want my child to be balanced. So why would I keep my child away from its father? But in this sense, he's using the daughter, because like I said, in our 13-year relationship, it was like pulling teeth trying to get him to even be a father to his daughter. Like, he was not interested in being a father to her. So it's ironic that now in your new relationship, you're now bringing that very child that you abandoned when she was little, kind of like around the same age as my son now. You're bringing this little girl now around the current partner. Why? Because he wants her to feel like what he's telling her is Bible. You understand? Like, against me. Like, he doesn't want her to know that he, A, was never in his daughter's life, 2, and he's not in his son's life. So he has to prove to her that, oh, I'm a good father. I'm a good father. So now he's going to triangulate his daughter into the situation and paint this picture as if he was like the perfect dad, or he's been the perfect dad, when in all reality, he was never a dad to his daughter. I kind of just wanted to bring this to light I'm gonna be doing like a lot more videos like this where I'm gonna be talking about certain tactics that narcissists use, because I know I use a lot of these terms in my videos and you guys probably are not familiar with them and you don't know what they mean. So I know that there's probably other females that are going through this triangulation, and let me tell you guys something, like it's really hard, like, you know what I mean, because I see women, even with myself, like, you know, there's people that will look at me and they would think that I'm the bad guy, or they think that I'm doing something wrong because he's perpetuating this narrative as if like I'm keeping him away from his child, when in all reality he abandons his child. And it kind of sucks because it makes the mother look bad and it demeans her character, and she's the only one out here, you know, working hard to take care of her child, while the other one is just telling a story just to make himself look good, or to have everyone look at him or feel sorry for him like he's the victim, when in truth he's really the abuser. So I kind of want to do a lot more of these videos just to bring awareness to you guys, and just fill you in, and just have a lot of you ladies be prepared for certain things, maybe how to handle these situations, or so you can be 10 steps ahead of the game. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.